Hello students, we are learning lecture series electromagnetic field theory. This constitutes module 2 of the physics course, physics syllabus KAS 101T, KAS 201T of AKTU Lucknow. This is 7th lecture of the series. I am Dr. Sujit Kumar Agarwal, Associate Professor, Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, Kamala Nehru Institute of Technology, Sultanpur. So, let us see what we have learned in previous lectures. We learned integral and differential forms of laws of electricity and magnetism and some mathematical concepts, continuity equation for current and modification of Ampere's law for time varying electric and magnetic fields, displacement current and its physical significance, Maxwell's electromagnetic equations in integral and differential forms and their physical significance, electromagnetic waves in free space and propagation of plane electromagnetic waves in free space, phase relationship between electric and magnetic field vectors of plane electromagnetic waves and transverse nature of electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic waves in non-conducting media and electromagnetic waves in conducting media. We have discussed wave equations in conducting media. So, what we are going to do in this lecture? In this lecture, we will study electromagnetic waves in conducting media, plane wave solution and damping of electromagnetic waves in conducting media, attenuation constant, phase velocity, refractive index, etc., and intrinsic impedance, skin depth and some problems, numerical problems. So, let us start. Before starting, let us have a recap what we have learned about electromagnetic waves in conducting media in the last lecture. We have Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism, del dot E equal to rho by epsilon 0, del cross E equal to minus delta B by delta T, where E is electric field, B is magnetic field, rho is volume density of charge, epsilon 0 is permittivity of free space, and this equation del cross B equal to mu j plus mu epsilon delta E by delta T. This is modified Ampere's law. Here j is current density, mu is permeability of the medium, epsilon is permittivity of the medium, and del dot B equal to 0. So, these 4 equations are Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism. For conducting media, we had substituted rho equal to 0 in conducting media. There are free charges which can move. So, current density J is given by sigma E, where sigma is conductivity of homogeneous and isotropic medium, and B is mu h, B is mu h. B is magnetic induction field in Tesla. Commonly magnetic field is written in Tesla. You have studied in previous classes magnetic field in Tesla, but here we are calling H as magnetic field, where H magnetic field is written in ampere per meter, and ampere per meter is not same as Tesla. So, equations for conducting medium become divergence E equal to 0, curl E equal to minus mu delta H by delta T, curl H equal to sigma E plus epsilon delta E by delta T, and del dot H equal to 0. In case of conducting media, these Maxwell's equations, these reduce to these equations. How? Because we have substituted rho equal to 0, j equal to epsilon E, b equal to mu h. So, what we had done, we had taken curl of this equation and we had got del cross E equal to gradient divergence E minus del square E, and from Maxwell's equations for conducting media we have del dot E equal to 0, and so del dot E equal to 0 and del cross H equal to sigma E plus epsilon delta E by delta T. So, if we expand this left hand side of after taking curl of this equation with this using this vector identity and substitute these values, then we get equation for electric field as this one. And similarly, if we take curl of this equation and expand left hand side using vector identity this, and then substitute del dot H equal to 0 and del cross E equal to minus mu delta H by delta T, then we get equation for magnetic field as by this equation. So, these two equations we have obtained in the last lecture. So, now we have these two equations, and if fields E and H, these equations are wave equation of these equations represent waves. So, E electric field and H magnetic field propagate as waves. If E and H vary harmonically, then we can harmonically with time, then we can consider E as E 0 e to the power minus I k dot r minus omega t, or this we can write as E r e to the power I omega t, where E r is function of r only, where E r is function of space variables only. So, E r is E 0 e to the power minus I k dot r. So, let us consider this equation of electric field, and in this equation of electric field, when we substitute E equal to E r e to the power I omega t in the right hand side and differentiate with respect to time, then we get del square E equal to mu times I sigma omega plus I square omega square epsilon E r e to the power I omega t. This I is square root minus 1. Okay. So, here I sigma omega has been taken out as common. So, in the bracket 1 plus I omega epsilon by sigma E, this is E, this is E electric field. So, this equation we can write as del square E equal to gamma square E. Suppose where gamma is this term, this is written as gamma square. So, gamma is square root I sigma omega mu 1 plus I omega epsilon by sigma, and this gamma is a complex quantity. So, we can also express it as alpha plus I beta. And what are the values of alpha and beta? These we can determine by writing complex conjugate of this vector. You have learned in mathematics how to obtain these values. in such cases. So, here gamma is called propagation constant, alpha is called attenuation constant and beta is called phase constant. Now, considering uniform plane wave propagating along x axis, plane wave propagating along x axis means we are considering waves propagating only along x axis, and this equation is in 3 dimension del square. This equation is in 3 dimension. If I just consider plane waves, then del square will reduce to delta 2 by delta x square. So, if we consider plane waves propagating along x axis, then E electric field will be function of x and t, and also electric field is supposed along y axis, while magnetic field is supposed along z axis. So, electric field has only y component and magnetic field has only z component. E y is function of x and t and h z is also function of x and t. Okay. So, if we consider uniform plane waves propagating along x axis and suppose E is along y axis and h is along z axis, then E is expressed as j E y x t and h is k h z x t. J is unit vector along y axis, k is unit vector along z axis. And then from this equation is in 3 dimension. If I write in 1 dimension, then it is delta 2 E y by delta x square minus gamma square E y. And this is the second order differential equation, and you can solve it. The solution of this equation will be E y equal to E y e to the power minus gamma x, and E y is function of x and time, x and t. So, this term is only function of x. So, this amplitude of the wave is function of time. So, E y can be written as E y e to the power minus gamma x, gamma is alpha plus j beta, alpha plus I beta, gamma is alpha plus I beta. So, this equation further can be written as E y equal to E y 0 e to the power minus gamma. Gamma we have written alpha plus I beta in place of gamma, and the amplitude E y 0 e to the power I omega t. So, right hand side can be simplified as E y 0 e to the power minus alpha x e to the power I omega t minus beta x. So, this is phase term and this is amplitude term of the wave. Now, here we can see that amplitude of the wave is decreasing exponentially with x. Amplitude of the wave is decreasing exponentially with x. It is clear that wave is attenuated exponentially and retarded linearly in phase with increasing distance. In distance x, the amplitude of the wave gets attenuated by factor e to the power minus alpha x. Okay. So, we have obtained these equations in the last slide, and considering uniform plane wave, we have shown that considering uniform plane wave, we got E y equal to E y 0 e to the power minus alpha x e to the power I omega t minus beta x. For good conductors, we have omega epsilon by sigma much less than 1. For good conductors, conductivity sigma is high. So, omega epsilon by sigma is much less than 1, and this term in gamma, omega epsilon by sigma, this can be neglected. So, in this case we can determine attenuation constant and phase constant. Gamma square will be I sigma omega mu, and this I is root minus 1, and this can be replaced by e to the power I pi by 2. If we do this, then we can easily determine gamma taking square root. So, this becomes e to the power I pi by 4 cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4, and then alpha and beta. We can determine attenuation constant and phase constant. The phase velocity is omega by beta, and we can substitute value of beta from here, and we get square root 2 omega by mu sigma. This gives phase velocity. Phase velocity means wave velocity in conducting media for good conductors. Refractive index is velocity of light in free space divided by velocity of light in the medium, c by v. So, keep c as c and substitute value of v from here, this value. So, then we get equation for refractive index eta. It is c root sigma mu by 2 omega. Intrinsic impedance, it is E by h. Intrinsic impedance is E by h. So, considering plane wave such as h is along z axis and E is along y axis. So, then from Maxwell's equation, what is Maxwell equation? Which Maxwell equation? Del cross E equal to minus mu delta h by delta t. From this equation, we can obtain delta E y by delta x equal to minus I omega mu h z. If we have h from this equation, E from this equation, then from Maxwell's equation del cross E equal to this, we can obtain this equation, or minus gamma E y. We have E y here, we have E y here. So, minus gamma E y equal to minus I omega mu h z. So, intrinsic impedance E y by h z is given by this equation. For good conductors, omega epsilon is much less than sigma. So, intrinsic impedance will be given by square root I omega mu by sigma. So, now we will study skin depth. We have obtained wave equation for electric field and propagation constant gamma. We have obtained in case of electromagnetic propagation in conducting medium, we have obtained equation of electric field as this, and which was reduced to considering the electric field varying harmonically in time. We had obtained del square E equal to gamma square E, where gamma is given by this equation. So, skin depth, electromagnetic wave shows exponential damping with distance in conducting medium. So, skin depth is defined as the depth in which the strength of electric field associated with the electromagnetic wave reduces to 1 by E times its initial value. With propagation in a medium by a distance x, the amplitude of electromagnetic wave attenuates by factor e to the power minus alpha x. This we have seen in the last slide, where alpha is attenuation constant. Hence, if delta is skin depth, then alpha delta is equal to 1 and delta is 1 by alpha, means 1 by attenuation constant. So, skin depth delta is given by 1 divided by omega square root of mu epsilon by 2 and in the bracket square root 1 plus sigma square by omega square epsilon square minus 1. So, skin depth is given by this equation. For good conductors, omega epsilon by sigma is much less than 1 and sigma by omega epsilon, this term is much greater than 1. So, you can leave this 1 as compared to this term, and then simplifying we can obtain delta equal to square root 2 by omega mu sigma. And skin depth, this is given by this equation if you have a good conductor. And this equation shows that if sigma is greater, sigma or omega is greater, then skin depth will be lesser for higher conductivity and higher frequency of the electromagnetic wave or higher frequency of AC, you will have lesser skin depth. For lossy dielectric or partially conducting media, sigma by omega epsilon is much less than 1. For good conductor, sigma by omega epsilon is much greater than 1, and for lossy dielectric or partially conducting media, not so conducting, then sigma by omega epsilon is much less than 1, and in that case skin depth is given by this equation, and this is independent of omega. Let us do one numerical problem. Determine the attenuation constant alpha, phase constant beta, velocity of propagation v, propagation constant gamma and intrinsic impedance of the electromagnetic wave in a conducting medium for which sigma equal to 5.8 into 10 to the power 6 Siemens per meter, mu r equal to 1, mu r is relative permeability at frequency 100 megahertz. So, what do we have here? Here we have conductivity sigma equal to 5.8 into 10 to the power 6 Siemens per meter, mu r equal to 1. Therefore, permeability of the medium mu equal to mu r mu 0, and as mu r is 1. So, permeability of the medium is same as mu 0 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per ampere square, and frequency f equal to 100 megahertz. Okay. Therefore, angular frequency omega is 2 pi f, means 2 pi into 10 to the power 8 radians per second, megahertz. Okay. So, frequency is in megahertz. So, you get angular frequency 2 pi into 10 to the power 8 radian per second. Here we have conducting medium. So, for good conductor, attenuation constant is given by alpha equal to omega mu sigma by 2. So, substituting values of omega, mu, sigma, we can obtain alpha equal to 4.79 into 10 to the power 4 Nepers per meter. and phase constant beta is equal to alpha for good conductors. So, this is also same as alpha 4.79 into 10 to the power 4 Nepers per meter, and propagation constant is alpha plus I beta. Intrinsic impedance Z is square root I omega mu by sigma. So, you can substitute values of omega, mu and sigma and get the you can get the values of value of intrinsic impedance. Okay. Propagation constant gamma, to evaluate propagation constant gamma, you can substitute values of alpha and beta from here. We have evaluated alpha this and beta this. So, gamma equal to 4.79 into 10 to the power 4. You can take it as common 1 plus I. Okay. So, that is all for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will study Poynting vector and Poynting theorem, momentum and radiation pressure, and some problems. Okay, thank you.